Yo, what's up, guys? It's E once again with another sit down conversation or another conversation with you guys. I'm here to chop it up with you guys on this somber Friday night. If you're in the UK, you obviously know that spring is just begun. The weather's starting to warm up a bit outside, and so obviously that's a big thing for all you guys in the UK. Trying to chill out and trying to enjoy. Wednesday was hot as well, man. Wednesday, what day was Wednesday? Wednesday I believe it was Wednesday the 8th. Yeah, Wednesday the 8th. Wednesday 8th was nice, man. But I digress. I saw the Freddie Gibbs concert this Wednesday. Speaking of which, Badman concert. Love that shit, bro. Love that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He's probably been the best artist, for me at least. He's probably been at the top of my rankings since I heard Pinata, like, back in 2017. Fam. He's just been on a generational run ever since then. Ever since then, I'm just like, I have not stopped listening to this guy since, and I do not regret going to his second concert in London. I fucking enjoyed it. People are gonna say, "Oh yeah, but you hear what he does outside?" I don't give a shit. You got monsters like P Diddy in the industry doing all them things there, man. I don't care. I respect the art and I like the art and I just like the music. Same with Gunna. Although I didn't go to the Gunna concert, and I'm not gonna go to the Gunna concert because I don't like, no disrespect to Gunna, and this isn't gonna turn into like a conversation or opinion about music, but I think Freddie Gibbs' discography is probably better than Gunna, in my humble opinion. But I don't know. You man may argue or debate that. To be honest, they're both different rappers anyway. Even though they are rappers, they're both kind of different. So I don't know. Fuck it. But yeah, man. I just wanted to make this episode something that I've deeped. To be honest, I've deeped this a long time ago, but it's just something that I've just realized, and that's like reinvention in and of itself is a very lonely journey. Very lonely journey. If anything, I'll tell you, once you reach like 25 onwards, 25 plus or 26 plus, life starts to become very quiet. Now, it may not necessarily have to be like that way, but what you tend to find, that people really do move on with life, and they really do try and focus on their own thing and try and become better with life. Or people just tend to focus on what they need to focus on, innit? And I've been knowing that, but it's when it actually happens. It's when it's like, okay, everyone's doing this. Guy's doing that. This guy's doing that. I don't necessarily talk to this guy. I don't necessarily talk to this one. Like, before you know it, you're just at the crib chilling and you're thinking, what has happened? Which isn't a bad thing, innit? It's not a bad thing. To be honest, it depends on your perspective on all the things, like on how you view your friendship circle or your social circle switching up, or at least minimizing to a greater degree. So on this reinvention journey, you're gonna face some downtime, or your social circle may not be as popping or as vibrant as it was when you were in your early 20s or your teens. And that's because of a multitude of factors, really. That's because of proximity, change of values, or just people just getting on with their lives and just trying to double down on what they need to do. I got friends that are getting soon to either get married or getting married, or I got friends that are married now, man. I got one friend, that's one of my boys. He's married now, moved out of London too, and you know, it's expected. That's expected because once you're married, you especially as a man, you got a whole nother person that you're responsible for, and likewise, and vice versa. You know, if you're a woman too, but yeah, he's married now. You know, moved away, so that's proximity and life change. And your other friends, you know, they're focusing on this thing, on that thing, and so you come to find that you're just here. And so for a lot of people who don't, who I wouldn't say don't have a strong sense of self, but who are just going in this through this transition phase, they often find it daunting, and it is daunting to be honest. Like I'm going through right now, it is a bit daunting. And the best thing I could say, yeah, is to just there's multiple things you can do. Number one, accept that things are never permanent. The social circle that you once had or that you are having is never permanent. Things change, people change, life changes. And at the end of the day, yeah, at the end of the day, things happen, yeah. Not in a bad way, but it's like, you know, life moves on. And the way life moves on, you just have to accept it. But acceptance is a big thing. It's a very, very big thing. So I had to answer my door, but so acceptance is a big thing. You gotta just accept that. So in some things in life, relationships and friendships aren't forever. You may want it to last forever, and you know it's not. You should try your best to maintain those relationships and friendships. But at the same time, sometimes you just have to realize that everything runs its course in life, even life in and of itself. And sometimes, just sometimes, a relationship or a friendship may just run its course, and that's it. You have nothing else what to do, just to accept that it's happened, appreciate that it's happened, take the lessons, take the value, take the things that you've learned from that, and move on. Then I'll move on to number two, which maintaining friendships and relationships. So as you get older, when you move out of the systems of school, of like education, and as you get older and you know life starts to become more, I would say complex, but it becomes more full, I would say. You know, you got other things popping up. You got a job. You got as you get more responsibilities in life. Yeah, it's easy for you to put less effort into the relationships and the friendships that you had or that you currently have, which isn't necessarily it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person, but at the same time, it's like it's very easy to lose sight. It's very easy to lose, to lose the the ability to maintain or check in with people that you do care about because it's very easy to let sorry it's very easy to let work and just life just get in the way of things. And I believe, especially in the world that we're living in right now, especially as Gen Zers or as Gen Alphas or millennials as well, I think it's very essential that it, we find community in each other. And in order to do that, you want to be able to maintain friendship. Now, there's a caveat here. Some friends, as I said in my previous point, some friends and some relationships just aren't for your. That you just have to you have to be able to discern certain friendships and relationships, and you have to look at them objectively and realize that they may not be for your best overall interests in terms of reinventing and progressing your life. I'm not saying that to demonize the people or demonize those involved in those friendships or relationships. Or what I am saying is to use your discernment and realize which friendships and relationships would you like to keep on, would you like to keep, and would you like to maintain? Because it's very easy to lose sight and to lose sight of your best interests whilst maintaining these relationships. And in fact, in actuality, those relationships and friendships may hold you back. You know, I've had a couple of friendships that I am not in any way, shape, or form regretful that they have fizzled out. If anything, I'm happy that certain friendships and relationships have fizzled out. Fuck that, man. Because there are some people out there that you look back and you think, yeah, I could have done better. And you take accountability. You say, yeah, I could have done better. Never again. And you still have the you know take on the accountability of maintaining those friendships and relationships that didn't necessarily serve you in the long run, but you look at it for what it is, and you realize that some relationships and some friendships just weren't meant to be in your life. But I digress. Going back to the main point, maintaining your friendships and relationships goes a long way. Shooting that text message to one of your boys, yo, how you been doing? Schedule and catch up phone call if they're not in the same area as you. Even just going over to them and seeing, yo, bro, what you saying? This, and that. Reaching out to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially as men, we like to just be like, oh, we like to just be like lone wolf, this, and that. Which, don't get twisted, I'm still definitely a lone wolf archetype. Not lone wolf, but I'm kind of like, I keep to myself. I don't like using lone wolf because everyone uses that, especially that Sigma shit. That shit is corny as hell. But no, I'm more of a guy that just keeps to himself. You know, I like to, me. I like my boxing. I like my physical fitness. I go to the gym by myself. I spend time by myself. I like my alone time essentially. So with that being said, even though I like my alone time, I still try to remember to put in the effort into friendship, put the effort to maintain friendships just by checking in on people, scheduling link ups, seeing other people, and being there for people that are, that's that you both help each other, that you both help each other in positive ways, and being there for them in times of need. So yeah, maintaining, that's another point. Maintaining friendships in this reinvention arc is a good one, because I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, you shouldn't, in this reinvention arc, you should abandon all friends, burn the boats, this and that. No, nigga, no. Like, not even sometimes. We're humans. It's good to maintain friendships and relationships, and be around people that help you grow and you help them grow. My third point is communities. In this reinvention arc, I don't even like saying reinvention arc, but in this period of transition, and when you're reinventing your life, or where you're building yourself up, I'd say communities now more than ever are important to have and maintain. It, it will go a long way where you can find a community based on your shared interest or your hobbies. The reason why I say this is because, once again, as humans, we are social creatures. It's incredibly reductionist and incredibly detrimental for you to just do away with your need to socialize, because at the end of the day, that's probably worse than just being out all the time. Actually, yeah, no, I don't know. I think I personally, no, I don't know. That's each their own, but like isolation is like it's the complete polar opposite of just being out all the time and just being distracted. And you don't want to go down that path where I see, and I was down that path for a bit. You don't want to go down that path where the only person you're talking to is the only person you're having in-depth conversations is an AI chatbot. Fuck that. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. Go for, like, I'm gonna go on a side tangent here, because this is what I do now. Stop talking to AI or chatbots about your personal motherfucking problems. And I would personally rather sit by myself, sit with the discomfort, let my intuition sort out what it needs to sort out, ask myself the right questions, journal, or go get therapy if need be. Or, as I said, going back to my second point, talk to a friend if you have to. Nigga, I just got out of a relationship like 6 months ago, more than that. I had a catch up call with my boy last week. We were talking about that shit. I even texted him about it. Like, how do you navigate this shit? Shit was, that was helpful. That was helpful. I ain't talk to no fucking chat AI. I ain't no AI chatbot. That is not. Listen, no matter what Silicon Valley and Sam Altman and his cronies and Peter Thiel tell you, you need an AI is not going to fix your problems. You need human connection, or at least you need valuable human connection to at least help you, or keep you sane. Don't talk to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not a human being. They they may it may come across as they sympathize or empathize with you, but they don't. Like it doesn't. And you can know, you'll know the difference between talking to an AI chatbot versus talking to an actual human being. They're both different. You get it? Like they're both like, one's a human being that can empathize depending on the quality of the person, or again, use your discernment. One's a human being who understands or goes through human emotions because again that he or she is a human being, or they are a human being. One's a tool, an AI chatbot. Don't do that. Go seek help if you need to flip and talk something, or if you need to get something off your chest. And if you guys are living in the UK, NHS talking therapies is something I suggest you utilize, or BetterHelp. I'm not even This ain't even a sponsor. I'm just telling you guys. But going back to the original point, communities, bro. There are so many, like, if you go on TikTok right now, or if you're not even TikTok, if you go on Instagram or anything, there are so many communities out there that that will probably align with your interests. You got a chess club, you got domino people playing dominoes, you got a film club, you got a sprint club. I go sprint club, bro. You got run clubs, man. What good is it? And I know the stigma behind run clubs and everything. I heard the stigma. Personally, I don't go to a run club. You know, I go boxing, sprint, and fucking, and that's about it really. That's all I can think of as of now. I'm due to go to a couple other communities or clubs, but it's like, the more communities and third spaces you visit, I promise you, this is going to be the age of third spaces. The age of third spaces is going to have a resurgence. Even though everything's expensive, I promise you this now. The age of third spaces it's going to make a resurgence. So yeah, communities. You find different groups of people there, a plethora of people that you can gel with, and that you can actually have fun and create new memories with. Because at the end of the day, what is life without people? You know, you can have all the money in the world, all of the resources and everything, but if you ain't got like the people, or if you ain't got like the right connections or anything, not even connection, but if you ain't got people that make you laugh or smile, or just, or you can share their moments with, it's kind of like, this is dead. And I don't get twisted. I still rather be crying on a fucking Lambo than on a piss soaked mattress, bro. But that's, the point of the message is that people are an important aspect in one's life, especially when they're going through a great transition. But I don't mean that doesn't mean you should abandon yourself in pursuit, not in pursuit, but in the company of others, for the company of others. Do not abandon yourself. If anything, if it's one message, if there's one thing you could take away from this message, from this video, is that love yourself first. Then, once you have an overflowing cup of love for yourself, you're ready, and you're ready to pour into others, then seek out community, or seek those people who you have love for, or they have love for you, or establish more authentic connections. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing is to just, and this is all off the cuff. The main 3 points that I've raised is, number one, certain relationships and friendships has run its course, and that's okay, especially if they don't align with who you're trying to become or who you are becoming. Number two, put some effort into maintaining real, authentic relationships, into maintaining the real, authentic relationships that you have, because you never know when time goes by and you look back on those fond memories and you're like, rah, that was a good time. And number three, seek out communities of shared interests, because you're bound to find people that you fuck with on a heavy level who also share the same community, who also share the same exact interests as you. Me, I go church every Sunday. Met some really cool people there. I also go basketball scrimmages. Cool people there as well. I ain't trying to fucking compete again in basketball, but if I find myself competing again in basketball, then oh fucking well. What can a man do, man? What can a man do, man? That shit calls me back every fucking time, man. But I digress anyway. But yeah, man. Yeah, just follow that. And a bonus tip: love yourself as well, bro, and give yourself grace. Okay. You're going to get to the bag. You're going to get to this and that. But just make sure that when you do that, you bring other people with you. Or at least I don't know, you cultivate a good relationship with other people as well that are good for you and you're good for them. That's all I can say. But yeah, man, this is a relatively long episode. This is just, I just thought I'd make an episode for the people that are currently going through it, a quiet period in their lives, social circles diminished. It's quiet now, and and you may feel lonely, you may not. Me personally, I'm sipping on a nice pint of Thatcher's blood orange cider. You know what I'm saying? Shit slaps. Boy, I'm not telling you to drink, but sometimes a cider here and there will ease the tension there. But if for all those people that are going through quiet periods in their life and they don't know, where to start or how to maintain or how to start a social circle, yeah, man, this video is for you. Some people come, some people go in your life. Just make sure you maintain the real connections, and make sure you also seek out community of shared interests and shared values. But you're not alone in this. Definitely not alone. Sometimes a bit of solitude and a bit of isolation is needed anyway, man. Because nothing good was built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. Sometimes you need to keep your head down till you can come up. Sometimes you need to make sure your cup is overflowing before you can even pour into others. Anyway, man, I'm gonna leave you with that. This is E. Once again, leaving you this sermon. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.